Strong earthquake shaking the coast, famous tourist destination near Acapulco this morning, shaking, felt as far north as Mexico City. We will see stunning videos. Hi guys, terrible earthquake in Mexico right now, magnitude 6.5. And guys, before I get into the detail, I want to show you a video that really caught my eye. Look at these buildings, how they're shaking, and especially look at that red brick building, how they are shaking. I'll be silent for a moment so that you can hear the sound, because I think that's important too. So the thing is, kudos to the person who has filmed this, because if my building and the other building are shaking like this, you probably would not want to stand on a balcony, guys. I don't know how you feel about this, let me know, but I don't trust these balconies. I just don't, right? What's the first thing that could crack down? That's the balcony. And then these glass surroundings of the balcony, which is equally as unsafe, right? That could break. But I'm also surprised that this brick building didn't collapse, because usually these, maybe it was reinforced, because we know in North America, Canada, Victoria, so many unreinforced masonry buildings that will collapse in a big one. From Portland to Vancouver to Victoria, the capital of British Columbia, Canada, which is the worst. I'll put that video in the end screen, guys. But and you know, there's landmarks that have been shaking, as you see here, the angel behind me, that seems to be reinforced how this is shaking. So definitely, otherwise that would have collapsed. But let's get into this, what is happening. Unfortunately, so far, the news that we have already gotten, the new year did not end to start. The day did not end well for two people. So 2 days into the new year, 2 people already lost. That's as of right now. Friday morning, 6.5 earthquake has triggered the capital's seismic alarm system, Mexico City. It has prompted emergency evacuations. Of course, people were out on the streets, and as of noon Friday, lots of damage. A man who was falling while he was down, rushing a flight of stairs to get out of the building that he was living in. He is one of the 2 people that were lost. And earlier today, we have Mexico City Mayor Clara Brugada. She reported that there had been at least 12 people injured from the quake. Trees are down. Electricity poles are down, stuff has collapsed on cars. Firefighters in Acapulco are on the scene. Acapulco, holiday, vacation spot. The quake was felt very, very strongly there. So transformers have fallen onto the road. And interestingly enough, this is an interesting video, President Claudia Sheinbaum, she had to suspend her daily morning press conference. You see that behind me, she's speaking, and then something seems off, and then the alarm goes off, right? So during a press conference, this quake was hitting. So far, no extreme serious damage in Mexico City, but lots of power outages in Mexico City, and other areas around it. So besides Mexico City, this quake was registered across much of central and southern Mexico, and that's a region that is prone to earthquakes due to the interaction of one plate that we know quite well. We've talked about this quite often, the Cocos Plate with the North American plate. That's the culprit for these earthquakes, and it was especially strong in Acapulco, Guerrero, and near the quake's epicenter, of course, that is roughly 15 kilometers, like 10 miles south of San Marcos. And residents of that Pacific port and resort town, they have reported strong shaking for at least 30 seconds, if not longer. That's quite a long time. And of course, I said touristy area, so there were seismic alarms triggered, emergency protocols were triggered in hotels along that area, and states of Morelos, Puebla, Oaxaca, Jalisco, Tabasco, Veracruz, and Colima have also registered this strong earthquake. So according to the National Seismological Service there, the earthquake started at 7:58 in the morning, magnitude 6.5, at a shallow depth of roughly only 3 miles, 5 kilometers. And the aftershocks, wow, they kept coming right away. So as of 10 a.m., the Seismological Service said there's already 273 aftershocks, and the largest, also significant, with magnitude 4.2. We had fires reported at electrical substations in Mexico City. What's happening right now, they said all the civil protection protocols have been triggered promptly, they say, and now there's ground and aerial surveillance happening to find out what's happening, how bad it is. Always good if something like this happens during daylight, if it's happening in the morning, so that you have enough time with daylight to search for injured people in collapsed buildings or whatever. We have definitely damages reported to roads, public buildings, and unfortunately also to hospitals. For me, it's still, when I see that Angel of Independence in Mexico City, how this is shaking during that earthquake that hit Guerrero, it's stunning. I have to say, honestly, when I saw this video first, I thought that's maybe AI, because unfortunately when events like this happen right now, and it has become bad in the last few months, especially with these fake AI bots, mostly coming from India or somewhere. They're spamming the social media from Facebook to YouTube to everywhere with these fake videos. So sometimes you don't know what's real or what's not real. So this video of the Angel of Independence, I was almost saying, no. But then I researched it, and a lot of credible sources confirmed that this is real. Amazing. What we have to say is, and that's crucial if you're in an earthquake prone region, the 12 injuries that have been reported so far, most injuries are not directly from the earthquake itself, but when they were in panic. So most injuries due to panic, people running and people falling, people injuring themselves. The one man that was lost, right, he was trying to get down the stairs. So during evacuation, basically, and if you see that stuff is falling off of buildings, if you run out in panic without thinking, you can be hit by stuff. This is well known during most earthquakes, especially if you're in an area with high-rise towers. Falling glass, because their facade is glass, might hit you if you run outside. So number of aftershocks, it's just in, guys, and that is crazy. Now we have already 420 aftershocks. No tsunami warning, by the way. It is absolutely crazy. Landslides have happened as well over roads and stuff like this. Also interesting is this video where you see the power lines shaking basically above the people that are trying to get out of their houses. But this is the thing, if one of that falls down and it's still hot, you also don't want to be touched by this or be near to this. Yeah, guys, I hope you liked this video. I can recommend the next one for you because Nevada will be oceanfront. It's cracking away California. It's pushing it out to become an island. They discovered something. How can you say? You know, there's a river, let's say the Colorado River, carries a lot of water, and then all of a sudden you discover something. There's a second river, equally as large with equally as much water. So the San Andreas Fault in this example is the Colorado River, and they found something, a second river, more inland, that's breaking this off, guys. Highly interesting. Check the end screen here. Thanks for watching. Happy New Year to everyone. Stay safe, be prepared.